Big swing there.
Yep, there we go. Too much to handle.
Yep, Billy's got a free ball over. Low snap. Emmel looking to pass. Throwing deep, trying to hit Yinsky. Yinsky's got it at the 30. He's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown.
I told you.
Wow, what a play.
I told you. Inside, like Coach Brookshire says. The Bernie with the rebound. Steal. There, steals it, puts it in. The Buffalo Billies are going to stay. The pain for both teams. The struggle right now. Boom. Good shot.
Martin puts down the corner three. Nice feed there by Mike.
There it is. That's the gap that we're looking for. She's going to get three. Come on. She's going to get three out of this.
Come on.
Is she going to send her? She's holding her up at third. Nice job.
Kenny winds, kicks, deals, and there's a ball game that's going to get.
Welcome to another Billies.Live production. Find us on your favorite social sites and apps. Like, subscribe, and get notified when we go live.
All right, good evening, Billy Nation. Here we go. First, right out of the chute, we got to thank God for the rain, right?
Yeah.
First and foremost. So thank you, God, for the beautiful rain. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more. That was awesome. But it's time for Wilder at West End. New season, new show, new head coach. Smells like a brand new car, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait a minute. That's pizza I'm smelling. We're live at West End Pizza.
Pizza or rain. Could be rain you're smelling.
Right. 207 East Main in Fredericksburg. Come on by if you get a chance. We'll be here for an hour. If not, stay tuned right here to Billies.Live and TexasRadio.net. We're going to talk some football. You ready?
Yes, sir.
We'll
Yes,
do that
sir.
coming
Let's
up
do
right after the break. Looking forward to it.
American Muffler and Brake is trusted by folks throughout Fredericksburg and the Texas Hill Country for general vehicle repair, muffler and brake repair, shocks and struts, alignments, air conditioning, tune-ups, starters, alternators, all general repair on vehicles. Heath Bratcher and his staff are dedicated, honest, and dependable. American Muffler and Brake, 1230 Highway 16 South in Fredericksburg. Call 830-990-8757.
As Fredericksburg celebrates 175 years, Arrowhead Bank is celebrating almost 100 years of serving the people of the Texas Hill Country. Our goal has been the same since we opened in Fredericksburg 20 years ago, to combine the relationship banking of yesterday with the technology of today for a better brand of banking. Arrowhead Bank is proud to support our students in all their endeavors, athletic and academic, and we're excited to celebrate their successes this year. Billy Pride, Eberales, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 423091.
About a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2501 package deal, which includes a four-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
Have you ever been confused by all the options in the investment world? Or maybe just need someone to sit down with to discuss your goals? Why not schedule some time with Scott Emmel or Mark Southard at SI Wealth Management? Whether it's as simple as rolling over a 401k or starting a college savings plan, or an efficient way of transferring wealth to future generations, identifying the need is the key to identifying the strategy. Call 830-992-3464 to schedule your appointment today. SI Wealth Management, where a handshake and a look in the eye still means something.
Hey, Billy fans, check out this lineup. Pizza, appetizers, pasta, salad, sandwiches,
And we are live at West End Pizza. It's Wilder at West End, JD Rose, Coach Bill Wilder. We're excited. Make sure you like, subscribe, and get notified on Billies.Live. Just click on the little bell, and anytime we go live, you'll get notified, and you'll won't miss any of the excitement on Billies.Live or TexasRadio.net. We're at 207 East San Antonio Street, West End Pizza. Let's talk a little football, Coach.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Coach, you can post a question for Coach Wilder in the chat on Billies.Live, and we may use it towards the end of the show. Somebody in the audience will have a chance to ask you a question.
Okay.
So you guys have been out practicing, got the practicing done, got a couple of scrimmages under the belt. So how are things looking up to this point, Coach?
You know, I think always you're trying to find the positives in everything that you're doing. Came out of the first scrimmage. We scrimmaged Navarro. They're ranked number 1 in the state in 4A Division II in some of the polls, and good football team. And I think we kind of grew up a lot against them. We had some kids that had never seen that kind of physicality. I mean, we have about 21 seniors, but we're actually a very young team as far as how many of our kids have played varsity football. So we don't have a ton of returners. We're replacing an entire offensive line, replacing the quarterback, replacing most of our secondary, replacing quite a few defensive linemen, linebacker type kids. So it's overall a really new crew that we have out there. So when you go and play a team against Navarro, who you know they have a system that they do, and they are very, very, very physical. And I was very pleased with how our kids responded in the first scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And then the next week we went out and we scrimmaged Lago Vista. And to be honest, a lot of growing up is going to have to take place. You know, the growing takes place in the low parts. I would love to always get to be on the mountaintop, but that's not always where the growing takes place. And I think that another really, really good football team. They came out and they were confident, and they got after us and kind of punched us in the mouth a few times. Kind of rocked our kids. And I remember one kid coming to the sideline, and I'm like, "Man, are you okay? Is that, what's going on?" And he's like, "Coach, be honest with you, I'm just not used to the speed that just, And it's the speed and the physicality and the intricacies of the game and all the adjustments and everything." So it was a great experience.
And you want to
us.
see those things kind of slow down, especially for your quarterback, Will. The game will, as the more he plays, the game's going to kind of slow down around him a little bit, right?
It's like, the best thing that everybody can understand is when you're a kid and you're learning to drive a car, everything is fast and out of control, and and then as you get older, you get more comfortable and you anticipate things, you learn to recognize things ahead of time, and it slows down, and you have a heightened sense of awareness, but it's much slower. And that's where we are right now. We're learning to drive the car. It's fast, 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 fast. We have multiple kids that are learning new positions. Will was a varsity football player last year, but not a quarterback. He was playing safety and outside linebacker for some. So totally different world for him. And for the vast majority of other kids too.
What about the line? We got to talk about the trenches. I mean, that's it all starts there on the offensive and defensive line. So how's the offensive line kind of looking?
They're coming. They're coming. So the offensive line right now is kind of in that they're learning everything and they're learning each other. That group of guys, our offensive line coach that we had last year left, and so we had a new one come in, Coach Gary Ziner. What a blessing to have him. And we were able to get a new offensive line coach who's really gelling well with the kids, and him and Coach Huff, they're so much on the same page. It's like they're thinking with the same brain. So, watching our offensive linemen, they're learning to communicate. They're learning to do all the things. And again, it's recognizing, you got an even front, you got an odd front, you got this protection, you got this. And so they're learning to communicate, because right now, we were just saying, hey, look, it's better that if the whole world knows what we're doing, as long as we know what we're doing. So they're just learning to communicate and getting that confidence level. And you can see, it's and they're starting to get a little bit of momentum going. And so as those guys keep developing and growing together, I think that they're just going to continuously improve. So they're gelling and they're coming together. So it's good.
Good deal. Keeping Will protected.
Yeah. Keep the defense off the field and just keeping the ball moving down the field.
What about defensively? How are things looking in these first 2 scrimmages for y'all?
Like I said, the first scrimmage, man, I felt like, golly, I was like really, really excited about some of the things that we saw and the physicality that we played with. And again, the second scrimmage, totally different type of game. So you went from playing a slot T team, and now you're playing a spread out team, and had a lot of speed. Very good quarterback and a line that you could tell had been doing this for a while. So up front, we have 3 guys at defensive tackles that have rotated there last year, and we have 1 defensive end that played last year for us, and then we had multiple other kids. Both linebackers had some playing time. Got a brand new outside linebacker, some new safety. So watching them kind of figure everything out, and again, we're just all in that same boat, just trying to learn, trying to figure it out, trying to slow the game down. I did see some young guys come up and show some physicality that I was pleased with.
Good.
And they're, that's always the biggest thing, is to get over that fear factor and to learn to be physical. Learn to be physical, because you can't do anything without that.
You bet, absolutely. Now, what about quarterback to receivers, timing-wise, with as they run their routes and things like that? I know that's constantly being worked on at practice, but are they jiving pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of tough. Several of our starting receivers have been nicked up and been out of circulation for different things, trying to get them back healthy and trying to get them back playing full time. So, but again, the positive is you've got some young guys that are getting to step up and they're getting experience now. They're getting to be out there. Now for Will, it probably disrupts he's a super confident kid. He's a kid that wants to do everything very right and very well. So not having the familiar faces out there probably does, lower his level of relaxation a little bit. But at the same time, I mean, he's getting his reads down. He's learning his progressions. He's getting settled in, and those guys are learning, to play the positions. Our kids play multiple positions. And so they've got to learn all those different positions. So they're kind of getting the flow of everything, I guess you could say, and all the little nuances about, how to find my open hole, how to do this, how I'm going to stem this guy. So you can see it starting to come around.
Awesome. So you got to be pretty excited.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this is your first year as head coach.
Yes.
Of course, you've been head coach before in the past. Yes. But congratulations to you, and I'm excited. What are some personal changes that you may have made as far as communication with the team, or just is there any overall changes that you made that the Wilder way, if you will?
I mean, there's not a whole lot of big changes. I think that trying to get my world has always been so defensively focused for the last 11 years.
Right.
I was the DC,
right.
But
you're not going to lose that side of you.
No,
right? You're going to still be the defensive guy, right?
I'm still there, yeah. But trying to see everything from a little bit bigger perspective, and not just how everything impacts my world, so to speak, but how it impacts the whole team. Right. If we play this kid this way, how is this going to impact us here? And really, really, really seeing the value of every single kid and every single coach and how it all fits together, and making sure that I guess that attention is paid to all those different phases. And I guess that's the biggest thing for me, is just to make sure that I value everybody instead of, like I said, just in my little small world, the way it's kind of been.
And you got a great coaching staff, too.
Oh, yeah.
How many coaches do y'all have working about?
Well, we're a little short.
Are they a little short this year?
Yeah, we're a little short. We're short 2 coaches this year. We weren't able to fill 2 spots. And so right now, including myself, we have 9 high school coaches. And we're short at the middle school, but we had guys step up and fill in and volunteer. So that's been the biggest thing, is guys just stepping up and taking on multiple roles and doing whatever it takes to get the job done. And that's what all coaches do. They work their tails off, and we have a great staff of guys that'll do anything that you ask them to, and that just whatever it takes to make it work.
Well, it's always exciting. The beginning of the years,
yeah.
You can feel the community getting excited.
Sure.
People are ready for their Friday night lights, that's for darn sure. We appreciate Janet and the gang here at West End Pizza. Their hospitality has just been tremendous with us setting up pretty much all day, having cameras around and things like that. So we certainly appreciate West End Pizza. Make sure you get by here sometime. We all know how good their pizza is.
Oh, it's good stuff, yeah.
My favorite's the Meatza. I got to have that.
I got to order some before I go.
Right. Of course, they got pasta, salad, sandwiches, good stuff here at West End Pizza. It's Wilder at West End. We're going to be back with some trivia. We've got an oil change to give away. Maybe somebody's going to win that. We'll find out when we come back. We'll be right back.
American Muffler and Brake is trusted by folks throughout Fredericksburg and the Texas Hill Country for general vehicle repair, muffler and brake repair, shocks and struts, alignments, air conditioning, tune-ups, starters, alternators, all general repair on vehicles. Heath Bratcher and his staff are dedicated, honest, and dependable. American Muffler and Brake, 1230 Highway 16 South in Fredericksburg. Call 830-990-8757.
As Fredericksburg celebrates 175 years, Arrowhead Bank is celebrating almost 100 years of serving the people of the Texas Hill Country. Our goal has been the same since we opened in Fredericksburg 20 years ago, to combine the relationship banking of yesterday with the technology of today for a better brand of banking. Arrowhead Bank is proud to support our students in all their endeavors, athletic and academic, and we're excited to celebrate their successes this year. Billy Pride, Eberalice, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 423091.
About a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2501 package deal, which includes a four-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
Have you ever been confused by all the options in the investment world? Or maybe just need someone to sit down with to discuss your goals? Why not schedule some time with Scott Emmel or Mark Southard at SI Wealth Management? Whether it's as simple as rolling over a 401k or starting a college savings plan, or an efficient way of transferring wealth to future generations, identifying the need is the key to identifying the strategy. Call 830-992-3464 to schedule your appointment today. SI Wealth Management, where a handshake and a look in the eye still means something.
Hey, Billy fans, check out this lineup. Pizza, appetizers, pasta, salad, sandwiches, and full pie.
All right, it's time for Battlin' Billy trivia right now. We've got an oil change from Quality Lube. How about that? That'll work. Here's the question. Who blocked the winning field goal attempt by John Telshick in the 1981 district championship game that actually ended up in a tie? Okay? Was it Bobby Madrid, Brian Grona, Greg Tribes, or Brian Canese? Who wants to try to answer that? All right. Wendy, AD.
Brian Grona.
Bam! Survey says... Look at it up there. There's a cool picture of it, too. Isn't that awesome? Now, Brian Canese's... That's Brian Canese's other hand over there. Brian Canese says he also got a hand on it. But I think Brian Grona is the ultimate answer. Get Derek's oil changed. He needs it. All right, Coach, you're going to recognize some of the players and coaches, a little player-coaches spotlight for us?
Sure, yeah. As far as coaches go, I think that getting everything knocked out, getting the start of the year going with whole new systems put in place. I'd just like to recognize our entire staff, high school and middle school. You know, it's one staff, but holy cow, those guys they've been working, you know, nonstop since coaching school and all through the summer, you know, doing everything that it takes to get done. And they've been incredibly flexible with everything that they're doing. And so I'd just like to recognize our entire coaching staff for their effort and their meticulous detail and just all the things they've done. I couldn't be blessed by a better group of guys to get a chance to work with.
Good folks.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good people.
And we got some new ones that's real exciting to have them as well. So I'm very fortunate to have those guys. Let's see. Starting off with the freshmen, we kind of picked out Yair Hernandez offensively and defensively. He had made some great plays. You know, he's a young kid. He's very, very serious and a student of the game. And he gets after it. And he had a really good scrimmage last week.
Eager to learn. Huh?
Oh, absolutely. Jed Thomas is one of our young linemen. He's really come on. He's a kid that, you know, it's always nice when you can recognize linemen too. But I think that his maturity that he's showing, he's only a sophomore, but his effort and his maturity to jump in the middle of everything, and that's what kind of separated him. And he's really shown some physicality, so we're excited about him. And then at the varsity level, you know, a guy that stood out to me was Weston Herbert. Weston had about 7 tackles. He had a PBU, pass breakup. He had 1 tackle for a loss. And he was like, you know, the saving player on several plays. I mean, he just had a really, really great scrimmage, and he had a great scrimmage the week before. A lot of other kids did some well, but he just kind of jumped off the page at me. And, you know, once Jesse Leha kind of started getting his engine running there towards the end of the scrimmage, and he ripped off some really nice runs. So, you know, just it's good to see some kids starting to find some success and then finding their place. So look forward to seeing, you know, a lot of other kids step up throughout the next few
I'm excited
weeks.
about the offense this year, but I'm very excited about the defense. You've got some fantastic linebackers, and
we do.
I mean, and they love to hit.
Yeah.
And that's what you want as a. I know you want them to hit, and they love to hit, so that's always good.
Well, I'm laughing because, you know, we've got one that's returning right now that hadn't gotten a chance to step on the field with us yet, and hopefully he's going to, you know, Gary Seidenberger is going to keep getting healthy, and he'll be on the field with us real soon. And I know that he, more than anybody else, wants to be out there. So, you know, that's the thing that you got to love about kids playing football, sports in general, but football, man, you know, they love it. And to not be out there is just so incredibly hard because they poured so much into it and put so much time. And so you just want every opportunity you have to step out on the field, just play with, you know, absolute all your heart and all your passion, because, you know, it can be on the sideline in that fast.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat,
unfortunately.
absolutely. So we want all of our kids to get healthy and stay healthy and stay with us through the season.
We talked a little bit about the offensive line in the first segment. What about the defensive line?
Yeah, well, like I said, we had 3 tackles that have been rotating. We've got Yuri Estrada, Sammy DeLuna, and Adon Rivas. They all played defensive tackle last year and rotated there. And then McCarver is playing defensive end for us, where he played a lot last year, Logan McCarver. Sometimes the first names, I'm like calling by their last names so much I forget first names. Like,
right.
So I'll even be talking to kids' parents and be like, your son, you know, McCarver. But Logan. And then we've got some kids that have been repping on the at defensive end. We have a sophomore, Rance Pinnick, who's gotten some reps, and Xavier Avilés has gotten some reps. And so we're trying to find out, and one of our guys that's been playing offensive lines come over at defensive and got some reps, Colton Aiken. So, you know, we're getting it sorted out is what we're doing. We're still in the process. We're not there yet. And we're just
I guess
quite
a few players from St. Mary's too.
Yeah.
Rick Lott does a tremendous job over there.
Coach Lott does.
He's on the same page as y'all, and that makes it really nice, doesn't it?
You know, it's community, and that's
right.
That's the thing that we've always had. You know, St. Mary's is a part of our community. You know, because those kids come over and Coach Lott, and we've got multiple coaches that used to be here with us that have retired and now coach over there. So it's you know, it's a real tight-knit group of guys between St. Mary's and the middle school. You know, I feel like everybody's pulling the rope in the same direction at all times.
And that makes a huge difference.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
That takes a little bit off your plate, too, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
learning the system and all that.
Yeah, I mean, kids
because you don't want them to come in and then have to learn an entirely new system.
Just learning verbiage, learning the words. Every offense, every defense has their own verbiage. And so if you're exposing the kids at the middle school to that same verbiage, and even some of our Rams teams using the same terms.
It even goes further back than.
And we've talked with those guys, and they've been real supportive, and we want to promote that because, getting kids to play the game and exposing them to it just gives them such a leg up down the road.
You bet. Experience.
Without a doubt.
Got to have it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more on Billy's Live. It's Wilder at West End, 207 East San Antonio Street, Fredericksburg. We'll be right back.
American Muffler and Brake is trusted by folks throughout Fredericksburg and the Texas Hill Country for general vehicle repair, muffler and brake repair, shocks and struts, alignments, air conditioning, tune-ups, starters, alternators, all general repair on vehicles. Heath Bratcher and his staff are dedicated, honest, and dependable. American Muffler and Brake, 1230 Highway 16 South in Fredericksburg. Call 830-990-8757.
As Fredericksburg celebrates 175 years, Arrowhead Bank is celebrating almost 100 years of serving the people of the Texas Hill Country. Our goal has been the same since we opened in Fredericksburg 20 years ago, to combine the relationship banking of yesterday with the technology of today for a better brand of banking. Arrowhead Bank is proud to support our students in all their endeavors, athletic and academic, and we're excited to celebrate their successes this year. Billy Pride, Eber-Alice, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 423091.
About a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2501 package deal, which includes a 4-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
Have you ever been confused by all the options in the investment world? Or maybe just need someone to sit down with to discuss your goals? Why not schedule some time with Scott Emmel or Mark Southard at SI Wealth Management? Whether it's as simple as rolling over a 401k or starting a college savings plan, or an efficient way of transferring wealth to future generations, identifying the need is the key to identifying the strategy. Call 830-992-3464 to schedule your appointment today. SI Wealth Management, where a handshake and a look in the eye still means something.
Hey, Billy fans, check out this lineup. Pizza, appetizers, pasta, salad, sandwiches, and full pie.
All right, we are back. Billy's Live, TexasRadio.net, Wilder at West End, JD Rose, Coach Bill Wilder. The Wilder Show, I love it. It's going to get wilder here every week, I think. Monday night, 6:30 to 7:30, right here on Billy's Live, TexasRadio.net. I want to thank Richard Neffendorf. He managed Quality Lube for the longest time. Took it over, bought it about 3 years ago. An ex-Battling Billy himself, and we appreciate Richard donating the gift certificate for the free oil change, but they also do oil changes. They'll work on your brakes, air conditioner. I've had him repair my windshield wiper motor before, so they do other small repairs. I've had him replace my starter, but they just do a great job over there at Quality Lube, 619 East Main, Fredericksburg. Thanks for the gift certificate. Got that oil change. Gonna get the oil change free from Quality Lube and your friends here at Billy's Live and TexasRadio.net and West End Pizza. Got to talk about this game on Friday night, right?
First game.
Exciting first game as you get prepared for district. But Salado, now, folks, take note of the new start time. It's going to be a 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock game, yeah. It was originally on the schedule at 7:30 and 7 o'clock game. Against the
Salado Eagles in Salado. Now, we haven't been – how long has it been since the Billies –
I didn't go back and look. It's not since I've been here for sure, and somebody said not ever, so I don't really know exactly. Okay. It's been a long time. When we were talking back in the spring, they had a different head coach. Alan Hare was the head coach, and we kind of talked back and forth. He was looking for a game because when we got moved into our new district, some of the people that we had played decided they didn't want to play with us anymore, and so we were scrambling trying to find games. And a good friend of mine, great coach, had a good program going up there, and he also said he had a perk. We thought we were going to be playing at Mary Hardin Baylor at their stadium. So that was like what we were really excited about, give our kids that big stadium experience. Long story short, a couple of things fell through and it didn't happen, so we're going to be playing at the high school. That's fine. It's still 53 1/4 wide and 100 yards long, so we're
right.
good.
Field's going to be the same.
Green in the middle with white stripes, so it's all good, but we're excited about playing those guys, and they're a good football team.
Well, how do they look offensively? Let's start on the offensive side of the ball. What do they got, Coach?
Well, they got a new coach in. Tom Westerberg came in, so he won some state championships when he was up at Allen. Then he moved down, was down in the Golden Triangle for a while, and then recently was the AD over at Hayes. Then he is a Salado guy, so he went back home, and now he's the head coach at Salado. And they went from being a slot T offense to now being a spread offense, and so.
That's more common now.
It really is.
It seems to be anyway.
It just some version of it is more common, and as football always cycles, so eventually we'll probably be going back to a single wing at some point in time. But anyways, they offensively they are a spread football team. They're gun doubles, trips. They're going to throw the ball over 50% of the time in their last scrimmages. Got about looking at him, I think he's about 6'5", the quarterback. Good-looking kid who can throw the ball. He's got a strong arm, and he's got some good quality receivers out there.
I imagine a pretty good offensive line.
Yeah, they're learning it. They're learning it. It's different from slot T. They have to learn their protections and everything like that. So it's new to them as well, but they're pretty good at it already. So.
You said they pass a lot, though, huh?
Yes, they
so our
do.
Secondary is going to have to be on their toes.
Our secondary is going to have to be on their toes, and we're going to have to put some pressure on them with our, with our front guys. You got to put pressure. Pressure bursts pipes. So we got to put pressure on the quarterback. He is new to the system, so the deal is try to get that kid flustered. If we give him time to sit back there, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. So we want to get pressure on him and force the ball out of his hand as quick as possible. And make him throw off, when he's unsettled, and flush him out of the pocket and get him on the move. So that's where we're, our front four has got to get that done.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. What about defensively? How does Salado?
Defensively, they are a 3-4 defense. They play kind of an off-man style coverage. They're going to bring pressure from multiple places, and they clog up the interior gaps. They try to keep, what we always are looking for and we're counting, as a 3-4, you got a 5-man box, but since they're playing man most of the time, they've got 2 overhangs that they can plus into the box, and they're pretty good at stopping the run. That seems to be what we're saying. We're going to stop the run and make you pass the ball. That's what it looks like that they're saying up front. That's what we want to do. We're going to load the box. So you got to find ways to run the ball. But you got to find ways to exploit those other areas as well, and maybe to where they say, okay, we can't play so tight to the box, and you got to get something going one way or the other, because one opens up the door for the other. So if you can get your run game going, then that's going to open up your passing game. If you can get your passing game going, well, then they're going to have to dedicate somebody else more to opening that up. So maybe you can get your run game going. So that's just what you're looking, and you're playing off of it the whole time. Trying to find something that's working. And then, it's all about building confidence in it.
What about our Battling Billy offense? You mentioned they throw over 50% of the time. Coach Huff and you this year, I know you want to be balanced, right? You want to be balanced.
Yeah, and balanced is, balance is a tricky thing. If I can run the same play, now, Huff doesn't agree with me on this. We're not in the. We don't agree on this 100%. If I could run one play all night long for 3.5 yards, 2.5 yards, I'll run the same play all night long because that means we've got the ball and do that 4 times.
It means the clock's running.
That's right, and we're getting a first down. So
yeah.
So when we say balance just kind of means we're looking for what we can do effectively, and then balance from there. It's not necessarily we want to throw the ball 50% of the time and we want to run the ball, whatever, 60, 40, 50. It's more like we're trying to exploit what they're giving us, and all right, now find the complement to that. Okay?
And the ebb and flow dictates.
That's it. And in the first half, the balance can be different than the second half because
it can almost do a 180.
That's right. They're going to go in. If you've got something working in the first half, they're going to look for something in the second half. They may kind of stymie that thing, which opens up something else. So again, achieving balance just means being able to do the thing that you want to do to get the thing that you want. So if that, like I said, if it means we're just going to throw the ball right there every single time because they're giving us that hole, then let's throw that ball, okay, until they take that away from you, and then let's move to something else.
Well, how was practice? I know the rain today, but a little bit. But as you prepare for Salado, how's your what do you do? I used to call it Comanchero team, but you're the team that's going to give you the looks for the
scout team.
for the scout team. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
It's
but
really
how's
cool.
Your scout team?
I'm gonna make a shout out to our Billy Boosters. So any parents that are watching this, please get involved with Billy Boosters because they do things for us. I mean, our district provides so much of what we have, and I'm getting somewhere with the scout team. But
right.
Can I do a plug for somebody? Or
sure.
But we bought a new apparatus called Go Route, okay? And so our kids, we're not using these scout cards anymore, and our booster club bought this for us so that to make us more efficient in practice. And literally it's like having a cell phone with a play that pops up on it so that we can rep plays a lot faster. And we're getting reps, and we're not having to huddle up and show cards, and then it's raining on your cards, and everything's bleeding like mascara. So it's been really, really good for us. And again, it's something new that we're doing. So our scout kids they've done a good job getting us ready. We've on Mondays we try to go good on good, our varsity on varsity, and then the rest of the week we start mixing in. Our JV kids come over and give us a look, and to me that's their opportunity to get noticed. I want those guys to go hard enough to cause a problem somewhere, and they get noticed, and that's a great way, because when you're looking at your varsity offense or varsity defense, and Johnny over there is giving you fits, well, maybe Johnny, that's a guy we need to look at, and so they've done a good job with that. So we were worried about
things can come out of that scout.
Oh, absolutely. We were worried about lightning today, so we were blessed. We didn't get lightning, we didn't get rain. It was a nice, cool practice, and we were able to get the whole thing in. This afternoon we missed a section, but we had lightning, but we'll recover and bounce back from that.
All right. I wanted to remind you folks watching on Billies.Live in the chat room there, you can fire a question if you want to ask Coach Wilder a question. We may use it towards the end of the show coming up here in just a little bit. So practice this week if it's raining. What's your backup plan? I mean, we need the rain, that's for darn sure.
But we're in kind of a tough position too, simply because we only have one gym right now because they're replacing all the stands in the other gym. And so volleyball practices in the gym, and we don't have another place to go right now. So we've got a small window of time where it's going to be available. We could get in and just kind of go through some stuff, but it becomes quite a hat trick. I mean, you can do chalk talk, you can watch film. You can't get the reps in that you need, though. So right now we're just praying that we don't get lightning. Kids were like, well, what if it's raining? Like, if it's raining, we're going to be out there.
Right.
If it's lightning, obviously we can't. But if it's raining,
you play football in the rain.
That's right. You do.
That's right. Get them used to hanging on that wet ball too, because there's going to be some rainy games.
Absolutely. Well,
in the mix somewhere, and this one may be the first one right out of the chute against Salado. But that's exciting. So, what is a typical practice week looking like?
We start at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So now there's no more two-a-days like we used to have in the 80s, right?
No, I mean there's all kinds of rules that we have now. We try to do a little bit better job as a profession. UIL's given us a lot of guidelines to prevent like the heat-related injuries and illnesses.
We used to take a handful of salt tablets,
yeah.
and then I don't even know if we drank water.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure, but
it's really all about taking care of the kids and keeping them safe and trying to get the most efficient. And it's kind of funny, if the kids are feeling good and they're well hydrated and they're rested and they've had some recovery, you get a lot better practices out of them, And
so what time y'all start?
We start at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Dark and early.
Yep, dark and early.
Good.
And they're on the field at 6, and we've got multiple phases going. We've got some kids in the weight room, some JVs over here working offense or defensive team, varsity's inside watching film, and then we all come together, and then we start going. We flip offense and defense. Middle school coaches come over and help us out to give us more eyes, especially with our sub-varsity kids, so that we have extra coaches with those guys. And so we're just running and gunning the whole time. Our kids play both sides of the ball. Some of them really, at least they back up on the other side of the ball. So we have to flip our practices. Everybody goes offense, everybody goes defense. And
because quite a few players start
absolutely.
Both ways.
We try to protect our linemen from going both ways. But a lot of our skill guys, matter of fact, most of our skill guys, they're going to play both ways. And so they're going to grind through practice, and then we come back after and we do some film, a little bit of special team stuff in the afternoons. But it's more of just a shell walk to type thing, not contact. And so we're going to start at 6 on Monday and Tuesday, and then they get to sleep in real late on Wednesday and come in at 6:40. So.
Little extra shut-eye anyway.
Yeah.
But, let's talk one more time about Salado. You had a chance to watch film on them. What are you seeing here in this Eagles football team?
Oh, they're a good football team. I mean, they were 7-4 last year. They got quite a few returners coming back. And I think I believe in Dave Campbell's, they were picked number 1 in their district, and that's sight unseen. They're going to be well coached. I know that. And you can tell on the field by what they're doing schematically. They're well coached. And I just expect them each week to progress and get better and better and better at doing what they're doing. So we know what we're going into. It's going to be a really a well-coached football team. They're going to be working through the growing process, just like we are to a degree. But
that's what I was going to say. It sounds like it's going to be an exciting first game for the Eagles and the Billies.
I think we'll match up. I think we'll match up pretty well. They have some stellar athletes out on their edges, and that quarterback's got a cannon on him. And so, but I think that we've got some really good athletes that can expose some things too, and find those windows and complete some passes and get our run game going against them.
And without giving away too much, you want to just put pressure on their quarterback, rattle his cage a little bit.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Let that 6'5" body hit the ground real hard a couple of times.
It'd be really nice.
At least that's the ultimate plan.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. That would be the ultimate plan.
No, it's exciting. We're excited. Billies.Live, we've got quite a few games on tap for Billies.Live. And, of course, the ones that aren't on Billies.Live we'll have on TexasRadio.net. King and Cayman, stellar play-by-play.
They do a great job.
The best in the Lone Star State as far as I'm concerned. I'll give them kudos for that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on Billies.Live, TexasRadio.net. Wilder at West End. We'll be back.
American Muffler and Brake is trusted by folks throughout Fredericksburg and the Texas Hill Country for general vehicle repair, muffler and brake repair, shocks and struts, alignments, air conditioning, tune-ups, starters, alternators, all general repair on vehicles. Heath Bratcher and his staff are dedicated, honest, and dependable. American Muffler and Brake, 1230 Highway 16 South in Fredericksburg. Call 830-990-8757.
As Fredericksburg celebrates 175 years, Arrowhead Bank is celebrating almost 100 years of serving the people of the Texas Hill Country. Our goal has been the same since we opened in Fredericksburg 20 years ago, to combine the relationship banking of yesterday with the technology of today for a better brand of banking. Arrowhead Bank is proud to support our students in all their endeavors, athletic and academic, and we're excited to celebrate their successes this year. Billy Pride, Eber Alice, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 423091.
About a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2501 package deal, which includes a 4-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
Have you ever been confused by all the options in the investment world? Or maybe just need someone to sit down with to discuss your goals? Why not schedule some time with Scott Emmel or Mark Southard at SI Wealth Management? Whether it's as simple as rolling over a 401k or starting a college savings plan, or an efficient way of transferring wealth to future generations, identifying the need is the key to identifying the strategy. Call 830-992-3464 to schedule your appointment today. SI Wealth Management, where a handshake and a look in the eye still means something.
Hey, Billy fans, check out this lineup. Pizza, appetizers, pasta, salad, sandwiches, and full wine.
We're back. More Wilder at West End on Billies.Live and TexasRadio.net. On Friday, September 2nd, gold out the football stadium to help childhood cancer. Visit FISD.org today for more information on how to purchase your gold T-shirt, because kids can't fight cancer alone. Shirts are just $10. Over 60% goes to childhood cancer research. Definitely a good cause. Visit FISD.org for more info on how to get yours today. We'll see you in gold at that first home football game on Friday, September 2nd.
Fantastic. You know, I know my wife, she's in the Texas High School Wives Coaches Wives Association. And there was one of the wives is from Caldwell, Texas, and you know, this directly impacts many families, and it kind of hit the coaching world. She had a son who was having chronic pain, thought it was shin splints, and went to the doctor, couldn't figure it out, and, you know, the steps, all the different steps. Anyways, ended up having cancer, and she got really involved with the Go Gold program and promoting it with coaches and ADs throughout the state of Texas through the Texas High School Coaches and Coaches Wives Association, kind of getting the word out, saying, hey, could you dedicate a game to do this? And I was reading today, like less than 4% of all money raised for research actually goes towards children's research. So this organization is really trying to fill in that gap and, you know, get some money directed towards these kids to help the little ones with the research, you know, specifically for them. So I thought it's just interesting. It always hits on when things are real close to home, and in the coaching community, it's like, wow, it's kind of hits to you.
So it's tremendous what she's done, and keeps her son's memory alive along the ways.
Absolutely.
As well. But that's probably a parent's worst nightmare.
Oh, I can't imagine.
I can't even imagine. I get a lump in my throat just talking about it. But I'm glad I'm glad we're going to get on board, and we're going to gold out the football stadium.
We're going to gold out the football stadium, and the only issue is the team we're playing is green and gold. But, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's all right. That's all right. Well, I believe we've got, we're going to pull up a question, I think, from the chat room for you. One of our, Rob Harris. What would you say is the biggest difference between this year and last year's team? That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd say experience. I mean, last year's team, golly, we had so many guys that had already played at least 1 year under their belt. Experience. They were a very. I've been talking with this team a lot about it, and I think that experience. They were a very team-led team, if that makes sense. They had a lot of maturity, and they had that 1 year together all ready to grow. We had several guys that had been on varsity for 3 years by the time they were seniors, and so I just think experience overall was the biggest difference. And you can see it happening right now with this group of guys. We have a group of seniors that they've been together for for a while, and they've played on varsity already. So that to me is the biggest difference, just the experience of being up there for already an established amount of time. And then, they had their ups and downs too, and they took some lumps, and they kind of grew together. And that's where I saw our guys this weekend do some things that reminded me a whole lot of last year's team, where they started growing together and kind of taking, I guess, management of themselves. Because a coach-led team, that's great, but that's not the team that you want to be. You want to be a team that is led by the individuals within that group.
Right
so
on.
that's where I see us going, and that's what I see last year's team starting off with, because they'd already had that 1 year developing together.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm beyond excited. I know you are, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I've been wringing out my hands the whole show. I'm ready for Friday, no doubt about it. Well, good question, Mr. Harris. We appreciate that. Just as we wrap up here, let's talk a little bit about special teams. We haven't brushed on the special teams yet. How are the Billies looking there? And then I was going to say two S words come to my mind when you talk about the new team is size and speed. How are we looking there? But start with special teams first.
Yeah, special teams. We definitely have been spending a lot of time working on our special teams, and they're always a huge question mark going into the first game, because during scrimmages, everybody, we may line up out there and go on the field, but you're not doing live special teams just because, that distance and everything like that. You're trying to protect kids and everything and keep them safe and keep them healthy. So, special teams, I know we have a good kicker and a good punter. Giovanni Alva's been doing a great job of that. And after what I've seen, I'm excited about it. I think we got a great group of kids that go down on kickoff and all the other different special teams that we've been working on. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go see it live action. It's just hard to simulate in practice, because you don't fly all the way down the field and do it the same way that you're going to do it in the game typically, and because you're not going ones-on-ones, and you're definitely not going varsity against JV full speed. So, it's always that's a little bit of a, well, here we go.
Right.
But we have, Coach De La Serta's being special teams coordinator this year, and we've split up all the responsibilities, and so we'll get after it and see where it goes.
How are we looking size and speed wise?
Size and speed,
It's
we're not the biggest or the fastest, and that's we never have been in Fredericksburg. I mean, that's just, it's not until they graduate and then they come back and you're like, oh my God, holy. But we've got some kids with some good speed. We actually have some kids with some really, really good speed, and we have some good size. We're just not huge anywhere, but we've got some kids with some really good size, and we have some kids that play fast. They may not necessarily be fast.
Go.
I mean, I've seen really, really fast kids that are indecisive and they can't make those decisions and pull the trigger. And I've seen kids that are slower, but they play really, really, really fast because they watch film and they study and they're able to anticipate and do things because they have great vision. And I think we have a lot of kids that are going to spend the time, compensating for anything that they may not have as far as just pure speed by, learning the game and learning what to do. So
Awesome. Good stuff.
They've definitely spent time in the weight room, though. They're strong.
Strong. There you go. There's another S word we need.
They may not always be the biggest, but they are strong.
Yeah. I love it. Well, we're about to wrap up here. What do you got as far as final thoughts? Pack the stadium, right? Friday night. Come on out.
Yeah.
Put your butts in the chairs, right?
Always pack the stadiums. It's great for kids to see, people up in the stands and everything like that. And it's a long trip. I know it's a long trip, and it's fair day, baby. It's parade day. And but we hope a lot of people come out and support. And the biggest thing for us, to me, is I want to see us grow. That obviously
you
always
for
want to
district.
win, right?
You're
you want
preparing
to win
for district right now. That's
it. But you want to see progress. You want to see a kid that was doing this thing last week. You want to see that gap get smaller, and you want to see a kid that wasn't quite as physical last week. You want to see his confidence grow. So as we go into this, without a doubt, we want to do everything we possibly can to win. But I want to see growth. I want to see kids buying in and trusting the process and really starting to come on. So, and finding their own, finding their own is what it amounts to, because we got a long season ahead of us. And like you said, we are preparing for down the road.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the head coach job now.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
New season, new coach, new show, Wilder at West End. Loving it. Thank you, and God bless you, Coach, and good luck on Friday.
Yes, sir.
And thank God for the rain.
Amen.
My goodness, that was beautiful. How about some upcoming events we've got on Billies.Live, even on the Texas radio side? Check it out here. We'll have the Gillespie County Fair on FBG.Live, one of the channels of Billies.Live. Sandra Phoenix and I will have the parade. I think we had like 4,000 viewers on that 4th of July parade. That was kind of cool. Also, the football game against Salado will be on TexasRadio.net with Coach King and Coach Kamen. And, of course, we'll have the Gillespie County Fair Queens Pageant on FBG.Live as well. And we want to remind you to tune in again a week from tonight, Wilder at West End, next Monday night, right here at West End Pizza. Again, thanks to Janet and her friendly staff for all the hospitality here. That pizza smells good. I'm ready. I love the hamburger and black olive. That's usually my go-to. Yeah. I love that. But anyway, God bless you folks. Thank you all. Billy Pride Morales.